too heavy, this. How much do these weigh, Jack? Land Rovers?
You should be able to push a car, Luke.
How much?
At your age, you should be able to push a car. That's all I'm going to say.
I'd say it's well over a ton, this.
Right, I'll give you a hand. I'll give you a hand.
It's slight uphill as well, so. Bolt's too small. That's all hooked up. Should be anyway. Right, start the engine, Mark.
As soon as it starts,
Start the engine. Yep. Leaving the car of the good car that's working, running for 2 minutes, whilst it's all connected. I'm not going to tell you exactly what I did because you can look at yourself what to do. In 2 minutes time I'm going to start the Land Rover, hopefully it works. So we'll see. It'll eliminate the problem that it's not the battery, that's the point. If this doesn't work, then it's something else that's wrong. So. Put these back in the back. You want to leave the engine running now, because now you've got it going. Now the engine's going to charge this battery as well, so leave it running.
Luke, you forgot to say thank you.
Yeah, I've got to thank
you know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Yeah, I've got to thank Europe Car. It's not a sponsor for this video, but they did a good job providing us this Kia with the movement that inspires. I don't like the look of that car. Not gonna lie, this looks so much better. Just checking the mango trees, looking pretty healthy that. Both of them look very healthy actually, and it partly is because I've shaded the ground with this stuff. Being very resourceful. This is actually cork oak pollen and leaves, and it's created a really nice mat on the floor, which will definitely make the soil cooler and dry out much slower than bare exposed soil like this, which goes pretty hard very fast. So looking good.
This one here, this one that just looks like pure decoration, no use to it at all.
And this one's all part of the ecosystem, Jack. This one really adds to it all. And this one actually, Jack, you're going to bring a good omen to the property because its nickname is Angel's Trumpets. In that gap over there, I was thinking getting that plant. Grows big, perennial, evergreen, can be grown from cutting so we can duplicate it. And it creates a nice border of flowers. This is a test. Basically, I'm watering this pot, which is peas, and this pot, which is peas. You can see a labelled one with straw water, without straw water. And the reason I've done that is because I'm testing this for herbicides and pesticides and glyphosate. So the water I'm filling up in here, soaking the straw in it or hay, and letting it infuse the water with any chemicals that's left on that straw, and watering the peas. This one without that one with it, and I'll be able to see if that one grows deformed and if this one doesn't. So then I can basically assess whether there's any chemicals in that that's affecting the growth of the peas. It's very important because you don't want to put contaminated straw in your beds.
I was going to say, is this just for fun, or is this a hobby of yours, or is this?
I've got a massive heap of this in the garage at the top. Now I'm not putting it on the bed unless I'm 100% sure it's safe to use.
Yeah. By the way, Luke sleeps on straw, so.
No, I don't. But Jack, you sleep on a tatami mat. And that is actually rice straw.
Fair enough.
So you are a bit of a hypocrite in that one. To be honest, it looks good though, so I might get one. Tatami mat and a futon. It's a very firm surface, which is really good to sleep on. And a bit of a spongy surface on top of that, so it's like firm but a little bit soft, and it makes you sleep very well. It's like sleeping on the grass outside, isn't it? What's it like?
Japanese wisdom, that's what it's like.
Japanese wisdom, futon, tatami mat for optimal sleep. Sweet potatoes are just shooting over here. Okay, if you want, through here. We've got some Okinawan purple sweet potato slips coming in the post, which are very special Japanese varieties from the blue zone. But I'm growing my own sweet potato slips. See if this is actually getting going now. Just put this one in. Can anyone guess what that is? From the shape of the leaf. banana tree, but it's not just an ordinary banana tree. It's Canary banana. So it's like a dwarf banana tree that grows well in Canary Islands. I'm guessing it will be able to grow here, especially in a sheltered spot. And that'll be something special to harvest bananas.
But what's one of the most aromatic bushes with one of the nicest fragrances? Where people can really smell flowers.
That grows well in this climate.
It grows well here, yeah.
All right, let me show you.
I wasn't expecting this.
So I've taken advantage of what you just said there. This here, I've got 3 of them. This is one of the nicest smelling plants you'll find. It smells amazing, and it blows off in the wind. No, the smell carries in the wind a bit as well. And it grows very well with little water and trellises.
What does it smell like, and what is it called?
And it's called star jasmine. And it smells like star jasmine.
It smells like vanilla, actually.
No, not really. A little bit like vanilla, but not really. It just smells extremely nice.
Fragrant.
Yeah, fragrant. And every time I sit out there, I just smell it from all the way over there. It's very, very popular in this part of the world. And you can understand why when you smell it. And you see how good it is at growing and the capabilities it's got of trellising on walls. One of the nicest flowers. And I like the name of it as well. That one there. It's called Birds of Paradise. Anything with the word paradise in the name is good enough for me. And that's why we've got a lot growing here. Admittedly, I didn't plant this, but I do really like it, and I will definitely be planting more of it because it's just such a nice flower.
Are you having a little swimming session together?
Teach him how to swim.
A bonding session?
Teamwork bonding session, yeah.
Do you want me to get some floats for you?
To be honest, there is some in there actually, so yeah, good. That'd be good.
What are you waiting for anyway?
I'm cooling down, swimming.
I'm waiting for a race.
Should I race, Mark? Right, if we have a race, 2 rules. 2 rules. 1, we'll do breaststroke. Yep. We'll do there and back. There and back. Yeah. Okay. Head above the water.
3, 2, 1, go.
I will die. Yeah? You dipped your head fully.
You know why I did that? Because Luke cheated at the start. You start off first.
Both a bunch of cheats.
When we did the changeover, you dipped your head under the whole way.
I know.
That's like
Because
the way
you cheated.
Do you realise how much quicker it is?
Right, I'll leave them to settle it.
Pushing, where you have your head dipped and not dipped.
Yeah, but you cheated setting off here first.
How's it running, Luke?
Running good since it jump started. There should be no problems.
It's got quite a deep humming engine, hasn't it?
Yeah, tight corner on a steep uphill. Changing gears isn't that easy either because it's very mechanical. But it does feel good on the road though. It feels like, obviously it's a 4x4 and it's big, but it's a Land Rover. It's a classic. I'm not much of a car person. I'm not materialistic. I don't really, appreciate cars as much as other people. But it's a nice car. And I really like it. Now that is a pile of wood chip, that, isn't it? The size of that. If we can get some of that on our land, we'll be sorted. I've just been speaking to the man who runs place. And he's pointed out some very good mulch and compost, 2 different kinds. So I think we're going to get a couple of tip loads for the gardens and some nice wood chip for the pathways around the trees as mulch. As you can see, it's pretty well equipped to cover a decent amount of space in it because there's some big piles there.
Quite a nice beach, isn't it?
A nice entrance at least. So that's an entrance. And one thing you can't get from this is the smell. That smell is amazing. Oh, it's so nice. Very aromatic. What is so nice. Time is looking at the sea. Go and get a drink on the beach somewhere.
Yeah, let's go and get
Drink of water. Sparkling water.
So, do you drink alcohol, Luke? That's what your viewers want to know. Do you drink alcohol?
No, nunca. Never. No, never drink alcohol.
Ever
Never have, never will. Alcohol is like a slow poison. So if you're drinking it, you need to stop.
It's a bit aggressive, that.
People do need to be told because nobody's going to tell them. Younger people nowadays think it's okay to start drinking when it's literally not okay. It's not okay. And it's not cool either. At least I don't think it is.
So sparkling water's cool, is it?
Yeah, sparkling water is much cooler than alcohol. Anyway, that's it for now. Get a drink.
Well, verdict.
Well, to be honest, the whole idea of a beach is to get as close to nature as possible. And unfortunately, most beaches nowadays look like this. Littered with deck chairs and littered with things like that.
I'm not going to lie, Luke.
Water sport things.
I'm not going to lie, Luke. You sound like a grumpy old man.
I just love these pristine, clean beaches with just sand and water, and they usually, at the back of them, are usually, nature. And you don't get anywhere else in the world better, in my opinion, than in Costa Rica, or where I've been, Costa Rica. Some of the best beaches in the world.
So you've been everywhere in the world, have you?
No, that I've been to, and I know they are some of the best beaches in the world. And they're just, in fact, I'll play a clip over now of one of each, and they compare it to this one. Because this one, I know this one is like a nicer.
Where are we?
Call it. This is Marbella, so it's obviously going to be more, but beach bars, upmarket kind of beaches. It's not for the nature, but I still think in places like this they do lack that the original thing that a beach is meant to be, which is just nature on the beach. The occasional deck chair is fine, but when it's just like swarmed, covered, littered with just stuff on the sand, I don't think it does the same thing. It's like heaven, isn't it? Just opening up to me. Drawn in like a bee, you see.
Talk about easily distracted, Luke.
I came here for a mulberry tree because mulberries are a brilliant tree for one, the fruit, and also an evergreen tree that grow in really dry conditions. So I was looking for
So
that,
you just came to the watermelon
now I've
section.
ended up, yeah.
What a
sugar baby.
coincidence. Coincidence, yeah?
I don't even need any seeds, so let's
Exactly.
go. Carry on.
Luke, can you get us one of these?
Can't fit in the shopping trolley, Jack, I'm afraid.
What are you talking about?
I know the Land Rover would be quite big, but I mean, come on.
Yeah, can you not carry it back?
No price, but some of them do have prices on.
It's got a great root system in that, hasn't it?
Nice and compact, isn't it? Tucks in nicely in that tiny little bowl.
So I take you're not buying that one then?
No, that's a no for me.
What about this one, Luke?
That's a good tree, that, isn't it? Wow. How have they even got that in a pot? There's no way you can buy that. Right, now we're talking. Yeah, we've got palm trees here. I don't know the full details of palm trees. Palm trees might grow a little bit different. They might naturally have a small root. Because I've seen these work when people transplant them, like, these resorts buy big palm trees like this and put them in. I actually don't know where mulberry is. this is what a shopping trip looks like. Look at the back of the car. And this is a male kiwi plant. Now, I've been looking all over for this plant because I've got 2 female kiwi plants but 1 male one, because you need 1 male for 2 females to pollinate and to get fruit. I should mention though, obviously it looks like I grow everything from pots. I've got a full truckload of this. But I do like to grow from seed as much as possible, and it's actually very important to do that, because when you sow a seed, the first root that comes out of that seed is a deep tap root, which gets access to the deep soil and helps the plant grow. When you grow in a pot like this, usually that deep tap root is either curled up in the bottom of the pot, or is cut off, and that is lost forever because it only happens once as soon as the seed is germinated.
You're looking a bit stressed, Luke.
There's a lot to do. A lot to do. I'm having a quick break before I get back to it, because you seem to think it's fine not packing before 6 p.m. the day before you're leaving at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, because we've got a tennis tournament. If you don't know.
Well, you've got a tennis tournament.
Yeah, but you're my coach, you're my chauffeur. You're in control of the transport. Alright? I've not packed, you've not packed, we've not had tea, the plants haven't been watered. I need to instruct Mark how to water the plants whilst I'm away.
So you're gonna find someone else to do these kind of things for you or not?
Well,
Or are you gonna be watering plants your whole life?
well, you're gonna be doing it, Jack.
Well, have you heard of the word employee? Have you heard of that concept?
Yeah. To be honest, I have a little bit of trust issues.
Yeah, but we're talking about water. Luke, we're talking about watering cans.
Yeah, well, some people can just do it wrong. I know they can. I've seen you do it wrong, Jack. I've seen you water the plants wrong. It sounds stupid, but I have a technique for it. It saves you time.
Just admit it. You're never going to outsource watering plants here.
I quite like watering plants.
Exactly.
I do like watering plants, but there is a period this summer when we're going back to.
We got to it in the end. You do like watering plants.
I like doing everything, but when there's too many things to do, then you can't do it all. So.
In fact, tell us how much watering and irrigation you do.
At the moment.
Because people might be interested to know how much you do here in a hot climate like this.
Well, let's just put it this way. First of all, the UK food forest, which is still thriving right now, has not been watered this entire year. Right? Nobody's watering it and it's thriving, so I've just seen a video of it. Here is a bit different because we're planting a lot of fruit trees and it's starting to get warmer now, like it's nearly 30 degrees now, most days I reckon.
Yeah.
The young fruit trees, I'm trying to water them to get them established, and I need to get some more mulch around them because I haven't got as much mulch as I want yet. And the ground beds here, again, I've just sown a lot of seeds, so I need to keep them moist to germinate. But once they're up and the roots get a bit deeper and I put some covering around them, again, I won't have to water that much. So it's a bit of a, at the moment I'm doing every evening or every other evening, watering just a little bit. But that's only because I'm getting the seeds germinating here. Like once they're up, I won't be watering anywhere near as much. And like I said, I don't water at all in the UK. It's just, at the moment, because of young plants and young trees, I want to get them established, get a covering on the ground, and then it will be self-maintaining like the forest around, where it's not watered at all. That's the end goal. But I've not seen anyone with a watering can walking through that forest.
That's
or a hose
rain
pipe
for 4 or 5 weeks.
No rain for over a month. 2 months. But it stays green even in summer, in the heat of summer, because it's got a covering on the ground, like the fallen leaves and just the forest floor, and it's got a canopy shade as well.
How are you liking that sofa, by the way?
Oh, this is very natural and very nice. And I want to grow this as well. I'd love to see. I would absolutely love to say I've grown my own sofa.
What is it?
It's bamboo, and you can grow bamboo. I actually want to say I've grown my own sofa, so I want to grow bamboo and make my own.
I'll have to grow some cotton as well, won't you?
Grow some cotton as well.
Cotton for the cushions.
Grow some cotton cushions. I've not been back here for 6 months, and to see a deer on the return is just so special, considering I've never seen a deer in this food forest before. And I know they're around here, I've seen them around here before, but even more so since we started to rewild the land. This is the plum tree that was eaten. I'll have an investigation in a minute. We'll just give you a bit of background. I've not been back in the UK for 6 months now. This is where I first started growing food 7 years ago, and this is a piece of land that borders my parents' house where I grew up. So to see this land transform from what it was, which was literally a bare field, it is not normal to see deer like that around here, especially that close to the house. This used to be basically a lifeless grass field, including the neighbour's field there, is also now rewilded, and that has done so much for our property as well. Just creating a larger area for the wildlife to be drawn to, and like you might have seen before, we have a barn owl that hunts in this area almost every single evening, and again that is very, very rare in the UK, and to have that for me is just so special. Let's have a quick look at it. That's here. You can see, interestingly, it's chosen to leave the plums. I mean, that is a good sign for me. It's just gone for the small branches and twigs, and I know deer usually do that, because when I've planted trees in the past, I've seen most of the deer damage comes at the very beginning when the tree is still really small and like thin branches. That's what the deer like to eat. They like to eat the twigs and the leaves, and they don't really go for the fruit. They have done some damage, and I've been told about this before my arrival back to the UK, and it actually did get me down for a few days. I'm not gonna lie, I planned my trip to come back to the UK in line with two things, and that was Wimbledon and strawberries. And unfortunately, the deer have decimated the strawberry patch. So as much as I like having the deer in here, I don't really want them taking all the strawberries in the future. That's not their fair share. They've not quite got the hang of it. What I would have to do, or the best option really, would be to put up a taller fence. Or you can actually plant rosemary along the perimeter of the fence, because I know rosemary has an aroma that deer don't like. So that's an easy way of deterring them a little bit without causing them any harm, and at the same time not really interfering with nature too much. Well, I've not had much chance to look around the food forest yet. From a first glance I can see it's looking very wild. I can see fruit in the trees, berries in the bushes. Obviously I wasn't expecting too much with the annual side of things, because before I left to Spain 6 months ago, I didn't sow any of the plants. I didn't sow any of the seeds for the annuals this year, apart from potatoes, which I'll be interested to see if they've come up and done well. Again, because I've got the covering on the ground and all the systems, I won't have to go around and heal up the potatoes like most people do, and they'll just grow without needing any water. Not saying there's a shortage of water in the UK, because I've actually been updated on the weather quite a lot this year, and I've heard it's been pretty dismal. I don't like to be negative, but we've had so little sunshine here, it makes you think moving to Spain was the right choice, especially considering the fact I want to grow food in a nice climate. Just look at that. That is an oak tree, self-sown, in the middle of the josta bush. I'm going to have to consider what to do with this. I don't think I have it in me to take that out, so I think that is the latest addition to the food forest. One extra tree to add to the list. The whole food forest floor is the reason it's so successful. And if you look at the ground here, you can see it's covered with wood chip all the way under the ground, and that has just created this. Look how good this soil is. That's created this, and that is the reason. Good soil health, good quality soil, is the reason all the plants are so healthy and allowed to, or able to grow so well. The deer is in the field as well, 2 deer. See if we can get a close-up shot of both the barn owl and the deer. Okay, it's just coming over. There we go. I think it's got a mouse. That's what it does, it flies over. It's got amazing hearing. And it hovers over when it thinks it's found a mouse for a second and just drops. Yeah, it's got a mouse. She looks nice, but she's not that nice really. She's a killer at heart. I have to say that she's definitely faster than the cats in Spain. It's always good to be back to see her.